Hello, and welcome back to Speak English Fluently.
Hi, everyone. We are so happy you're here with us today.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Anna.
Today, we have a magic word about change. It's the word become.
Become? Like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly?
Exactly. It's all about transformation, whether it's jobs, feelings, or life. Let's show you how to use it.
Let's get started.
First, let's look at using become with adjectives.
Adjectives? Those are describing words, right? Like happy, sad, or cold?
Exactly. An adjective describes a noun. So the simple pattern is subject plus become plus adjective.
Okay, subject plus become plus adjective. Can you give me a simple example?
Sure. Think about your energy levels. You work hard all day. At night, what happens?
Well, I usually feel sleepy.
Right. So you can say, I become tired.
I become tired because I wasn't tired before, but now I am.
Yes, that is the key. It shows the change from one state to another.
I like that. It sounds a little bit dramatic.
A little bit. How about the weather? That's a common topic.
Oh, yes, the weather changes a lot here.
So imagine the sun goes down, the air changes. What happens?
It becomes dark,
Perfect. It becomes dark.
and maybe it becomes cold?
You got it. You are describing the change in the temperature.
What about food? Can I use it for hunger?
Give me an example situation.
Well, if I don't eat breakfast by 12 p.m.,
You become hungry.
Yes, I become hungry.
That is a very common way to use it.
Wait, Adam, is become the only word for this?
That is a good question. Sometimes we use get, like get hungry.
But become sounds nicer, I think.
It is a bit more polite or formal. Get is very casual.
I see. So if I'm in a job interview,
Use become, definitely.
okay, good tip. Use become in interviews.
Let's try one more emotion. Maybe angry?
Oh, I don't like to be angry.
Me neither. But if someone breaks your phone,
Then I become angry. Very angry.
I become angry. You see? It implies a process.
It is not instant?
Usually it implies a reaction, a change from calm to angry.
I understand. So become connects the person to the new feeling.
Exactly. You change from one feeling to another.
I think I have this part down. It seems logical.
Now we're going to talk about using become with nouns.
Nouns? You mean people, places, and things?
Exactly. Specifically, we use this a lot for jobs and social rules.
Jobs. So like describing your career.
Yes, the pattern is subject plus become plus a or an plus noun.
Subject become a noun. Got it.
Tell me, Anna, when you were a child, what was your dream?
Oh, that is easy. I wanted to become a singer.
Really? A singer? You can say, she wanted to become a singer.
She wanted to become a singer. It sounds like a goal.
Correct. It focuses on the future identity. What about you now?
Well, I studied hard and I became a teacher.
I became a teacher. Perfect. It shows the result of your study.
Can I just say I am a teacher?
You can, but become highlights the journey. You weren't a teacher before.
Ah, I see. It implies the training and the effort.
Exactly. Students often say, I want to become a doctor or an engineer.
That is very useful for the IELTS exam, right?
Very useful. It shows better vocabulary than just be.
Does this work for family roles too?
Definitely. Think about a woman having her first baby.
She becomes a mother.
She becomes a mother. It is a huge life change.
And her parents, what happens to them?
Well, they become grandparents.
That makes them feel old, I bet.
Maybe, but it is a new title, a new noun.
So we use it for titles, like he became the president.
Yes, he became the president. It is a change in status.
What about relationships? Is friend a noun here?
Good catch. Yes, we often say, we became friends.
We became friends. So we were strangers and then we changed.
Precisely. The relationship status changed.
Like in a movie, enemies became friends.
That is a great example. Enemies became friends.
So for jobs, family, and status, we use become plus the noun.
Do you think you can use this for your future?
Yes, I want to become a better podcaster.
I think you already are.
Aw, thanks, Adam. That is very kind.
Now, we have to talk about a tricky area, the difference between become and get.
Oh, I always mix these up. They seem the same.
Don't worry, they're very similar, but the vibe is different.
The vibe? You mean the feeling of the word?
Yes, get is very informal. It is conversational.
Ah, so I use get with my friends?
Exactly. You say, I am getting hungry, or it is getting late.
It is getting late. That sounds very natural.
But become is more formal. It sounds smarter or more serious.
So it is becoming late. I sound like a queen.
A little bit. It implies a slower, clearer process.
So for writing essays, should I use get?
No, avoid get in formal writing. Use become.
Okay, writing equals become, talking equals get.
But wait, there's one very big rule you must know.
I'm listening. What is the big rule?
Emphasizing tone. You cannot use get with nouns to mean become.
Can you give me an example?
Imagine you want to be a doctor. You cannot say, I want to get a doctor.
Oh, get a doctor means to call for help, right?
Exactly. Get a doctor means find one. It does not mean be one.
So for jobs, it is always become.
Always. Become a teacher. Never get a teacher.
Phew, that prevents a big mistake.
Yes, get usually means to receive or obtain something.
Get is to receive, become is to change into.
Perfect. That helps you separate them.
What about get married? That is a change.
English is funny. Get married is an exception. It's a fixed phrase.
Of course there are exceptions.
Just a few, but generally get is for fast changes with adjectives.
Like get angry, get wet,
Yes, those are quick reactions.
and become is for the long journey.
I love how you said that. The long journey.
I am becoming an expert on this topic.
See, you used becoming perfectly there.
I did. It felt natural.
So, watch out for nouns and check the formality.
Got it. No getting a doctor for me.
Let's move on to the process of change. This is very popular in news and conversation.
The process? You mean when something is changing right now?
Exactly. We use the continuous form. It is becoming.
It is becoming, so the change is not finished yet.
Correct. It is happening step by step. For example, think about the English language.
Well, many people are learning it.
Yes, so we say English is becoming very popular.
Is becoming popular. It is growing every day.
Precisely. Or think about housing prices in the city.
Oh, don't remind me. They are going up and up.
So it is becoming expensive to live here.
It is definitely becoming expensive.
Now, what if the change is finished or we see the result now?
Do we use the past tense?
We can, but often we use the perfect tense, has become.
Has become. That sounds very formal.
It connects the past to the present. For example, the internet.
What about the internet?
The internet has become essential for life.
The internet has become essential, meaning it is done. It is a fact now.
Yes, the change happened, and this is the reality today.
So, is becoming is a video and has become is a photo?
Wow, that is a brilliant way to explain it.
I try my best.
Let's test this. Think about mobile phones, 20 years ago versus today.
Well, they used to be just for calling, now they are computers.
So use has become.
The phone has become a powerful tool.
Perfect. The phone has become a powerful tool.
Can I use have become for plurals?
Yes, phones have become powerful. Plural subject, plural verb.
Okay, good. I didn't want to make a grammar mistake.
What about the weather right now? Look outside.
The clouds are coming in, the sun is leaving.
Is it finished or happening now?
It is happening now, so it is becoming cloudy.
You got it. It is becoming cloudy.
These two forms are really useful for describing trends.
Very useful for IELTS or business presentations.
I feel like my English is becoming stronger.
I see what you did there. Good job.
Thank you. I am ready for the next part.
Let's travel back in time. We need to talk about the past tense.
The past tense, usually we add ed, right? Like walked or played.
Usually yes, but become is a rebel. It is an irregular verb.
Oh no, so I cannot say becomed?
Definitely not. Please never say becomed.
So what is the magic word for the past?
It is became. We change the O to an A.
Became. B-E-C-A-M-E. Became.
Exactly. I become today. I became yesterday.
Okay, the sound is easy. Became.
We use this mostly for telling stories or biographies.
Like talking about famous people?
Yes. Think about Barack Obama. He wasn't always the president.
True. In 2008, he became the president.
Perfect usage. He became the president in 2008. You specified the time.
So when I have a date like 2008, I use became.
Yes, that is the simple past. Action finished.
Let me try. I became interested in English 5 years ago.
That is a strong sentence. I became interested.
It is true. Before that, I was lazy.
Well, look at you now. You became a hard worker.
Thank you. I became a hard worker. I like how that sounds.
It is also used in fairy tales, children's stories.
Oh, I love those. Like the frog and the princess?
Yes, the princess kissed the frog, and then what happened?
The frog became a handsome prince.
Yes, the frog became a prince. Sudden change in the past.
It is very dramatic. It creates a strong image.
Just remember one thing. Do not mix it with has.
Mix it? You mean has became?
Never say has became. It is has become or just became.
Okay, no has became. I will delete that from my brain.
Good. If you tell a story with dates, stick with became.
Last year, the city became crowded.
Correct, because you said last year.
This word is really the key to storytelling, isn't it?
It really is. It moves the character from point A to point B.
I hope I don't become confused later.
You won't. You practice a lot.
I will practice writing sentences with became tonight.
Excellent idea. Writing helps memory.
I am ready for the final part. Let's finish this.
Finally, let's talk about collocations. These are word partners.
Word partners? You mean words that act like best friends?
Exactly. Words that native speakers always use together. If you change them, it sounds strange.
I want to sound natural. Give me the first one.
The first one is become aware.
Become aware. Does that mean to realize something?
Yes, suddenly you know something. I became aware of the problem.
So instead of I knew the problem, I say I became aware of it.
Yes, it sounds much more professional.
Okay, become aware. I will write that down. What is next?
Sometimes things are confusing. Then you understand. It became clear.
It became clear, like a fog going away?
Yes, beautiful description. Yes, the answer became clear.
I love that. It is very visual.
Here is a formal one for health. Become ill.
Is that different from get sick?
Meaning is the same, but become ill is for formal letters or doctors.
So to my boss, I say, I became ill yesterday.
Perfect. It sounds polite and serious.
Inquisitive. What about joining a group or a project?
We say become involved.
Become involved. Like, I want to become involved in this project.
Exactly. It shows you want to participate and help.
That is very good for job interviews, too.
Very good. It shows teamwork.
Adam, give me a hard one, a really native one.
Okay. How about become widely known?
Become widely known. 3 words?
Yes, it means many people know it now.
Like a viral video. The song became widely known.
Yes, you nailed it. The song became widely known.
That was a bit longer, but I got it.
My tip is to learn these as chunks. Don't separate words.
Chunks. So, become aware is one item in my brain.
Correct. It stops you from translating word by word.
That makes speaking faster. I won't pause to think.
You know, your understanding has become very deep.
Oh, stop it. You were just using the vocabulary on me.
Maybe a little, but it is true.
I feel ready to use these phrases in real life.
I am sure you will use them perfectly.
Thanks, Adam. Learning these partners really helps.
Well, that brings us to the end of our lesson on become.
Time flies. We learned how to talk about changes, jobs, and the past with became.
Now, we have a challenge for you listening at home.
Yes, please write in the comments below. We want to know, what do you want to become in the future?
Maybe you want to become a fluent English speaker or become a chef. Anything is possible.
We love reading your answers. It helps us get to know you better.
And if you learned something new today, please give this video a like.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow so we can make more lessons.
Thank you for listening today. Keep practicing and watch how your English becomes amazing.
See you next time. Bye.